We are here back again, court in session with the Bajan Scout Alan Pinder and Avenger number, well, we're going to call you number one because there are no more Avengers apparently. So Avenger number one, Kelan Phillips. He's here. He will be knocking around in the West. But first, before we get going, we would like to say, offer our condolences from court in session to the Bulls family for the passing of one of their stalwarts. I only knew him as Majid or Titmus, but yes, so we just want to, just say that we have the Bulls fans, the Clapham Bulls crew in our prayers. Now, the NBA, the East. Some real interesting things happening in the East. First thing, Udoka didn't get the job. Second thing, the Boston Celtics is now leading the East. And that is telling me, I don't know what telling both of you, but telling me that Udoka will be unemployed after the year that he spent on suspension. I don't think we'll be seeing Udoka, not in a Boston, I talk about Boston bench for sure.
Definitely not.
But yes, the Boston Celtics are now leading. And behind them in the Bucks, we have Cavaliers, the Hawks. Hawks are pretty high. I don't know if they can sustain that. And the Wizards also. The Raptors, they're just past 500. And at 500 is New York Knicks. I think Derek Brown will be happy with that. But only Derek Brown. But then we have Philadelphia, who's also at 500, and the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is now making a move after a slow start. So, yeah, they're now starting to make a move. But tell me, Alan, what do you think about the East?
Yeah, it's starting to take shape a little bit now. As you said, Boston's very hot 7-game win streak. And I think there in the Bucks are going to continue to battle out for the most part. And some of the teams that we figured should catch our hand, like the Heat and Sixers, are starting to get there. We thought the Nets were starting to get there, but they're starting to slip down again. And the drama doesn't end with that team. KD speaking so glowingly of his teammates recently.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. I don't know. Well, okay, just let me say the next, and I'll move on.
For sure.
Right. So that's really East, and there are really no surprises really. But number 10 is your Pacers, Alan Pinder. You really want them to be a little lower, but they were in the top 8 I think last week, so I think that was a little high for their taste. Okay.
They have I think like 13 games in the next 3 weeks, like 13 days and 21 days. So I think they should push down any standards to a more suitable position as we go.
Okay, a more suitable position.
A more suitable.
Yeah, for
more Wemby favorable position.
I saw a stat right that was so funny of how average the Knicks are. Knicks literally had a 500 record, and they allowed and scored, I think, the same amount of points in the NBA. Like for the record, they're literally as average as you can get. So I don't know if everyone's gonna be happy, but
yeah, there is a true New York man, so he loves his Knicks. So we'll see what happens. That's the East. What about the West there, Avenger number 1?
I don't know what time it is. Time for my tiers yet again. First tier, Wemby Sweet States.
We have the
Yes, Alan would love if he was here, if he was in the West, but he's not. He's in the East, and even if he was in the West, he's still not over here. The Rockets have this record. They are in this by themselves. They've won 2 games, one more than last time, but they're still on a 3-game losing streak. So they're right on pace to get Victor.
Are they really in it by themselves though? Oh, sorry, I'll let you continue.
Maybe.
I saw that there, Alan Pinder. I saw that. I just saw that.
No, don't worry. You'll see knowing these tiers that coming up. Next tier. These tiers are not necessarily in order. It just categorizing all of the teams.
Yes.
Who would have thought Blazers and Jazz? Who would have thought that the Blazers would have the best record in the West and the Jazz would have the third? Jazz were first up until a couple games. When Jordan Clarkson said, well, we can't go 79-3 and then they lost 3 straight. But don't worry about that. They are still third. And Blazers are first. Blazers actually have a fairly solid defense, and their offense is not like world beater, but it's good enough for if you have Dame and Anthony, they can always go off. So that's how they are still doing well so far. Next tier, one man show. This tier, these three guys are really doing a lot of work. Luka, Mavs. I mean, like everybody wants his Mavs. It's Luka. Yes, Spencer Dinwiddie can do his thing and whatever, but with the loss of Jalen Brunson, Luka has had to do so much for them. Luckily, he's good enough that he can also do it. But I just don't know how good or sustainable that is in the long run, especially for the regular season as it goes on and the playoffs. Because everybody can just lock in on that one guy. Warriors. God darn it. These Warriors championship hanger, but I don't know. But Curry is playing out of his mind. Like he is playing out of his mind. Poole got that extension, but he's playing kind of meh. Yeah, he had a 30-point game the other night, but like he's not playing up to what was expected. Clay,
definition of inconsistency.
Complete definition, and he's still one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. Klay Thompson is not there yet, and the bench and the defense still needs a lot of work. OKC is also on this tier. No, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute baller. I don't care what he is averaging 30, shooting 52%. I think he's like 31, 5 and 4. So he is playing out his money, 2.5 steals or something like that. He is out his money. So that is why he is in this tier along with Mavs and Warriors. Next, close to their full potential, Spurs. Yes, Spurs are starting to lose, and I'm happy. And I'm glad that they're playing good close to their full potential, which is not winning games. Yes, thank you, Spurs. Continue to play to your full potential, which is having the young guys develop while losing all the rest of your games. Anyway, next tier, good but still missing. These two teams are good, but I feel like still missing something. I put the Nuggets in here and the Suns, right? The Nuggets offensively, I think are what we kind of expected. They are very good offensively. Defensively, though, they've taken a step back. Last year, they were Jokic did a very good carry job on offense, but they were still at least decent on defense. Right now, they have dropped on defense. Luckily, their offense is good enough that can carry them. But if they improve on their defense, they could be a scary team in the playoffs. Suns. Chris Paul is hurt.
Again.
And they're still doing again. And the old age, and he's still doing decent. But I always, and all of us kind of said, we felt like this Sun team kind of reached their peak over the last 2 years. And I'm just not sure, even if Chris Paul returns and he's healthy, how much better they can really get. Aiton doesn't seem to be as involved in the offense as much as he would like. And Mikal Bridges has taken a leap, but that team just doesn't seem like it could go to that next step.
Yeah, but Booker's raised his game a bit too.
He has, but I think he kind of needs to with very Chris Paul getting hurt and being old all the time. No, Kings. But I have Kings with a question mark. Because usually we be talking bad about the Kings, but these Kings are not your usual Kings. These are not your typical Kings. These Kings are eighth in the play in the standing. Eighth. I would have never thought they won 7 out of their last 9 games. Who would have thought our Kings would? Is this the year? Never know. They could break that playoff streak. I don't know. Still too early.
I think this is the year.
It's still too early to call, but let's hope.
Yeah, these three Kings.
These we 3 Kings. Next year. Nah. The Clippers, they're a team that is hard to really judge. As I say, they're not at full strength. But, they still, on paper, have the deepest roster in the NBA in terms of names, talent wise. So you would still expect a little bit more from them. Their offense is horrendous. defense is still very good. I think they're like top 5 in defense, so that is carrying them. But their offense is not meshing as they would like. Paul George is still playing at an all-star level, especially from a two-way standpoint. But Clippers team still needs a lot more. Timberwolves, this is their second time in a row being in this mad tier, and it says a lot because they are not, they're not. That Rudy trade is looking, I don't know, might be one of the worst trades ever. I don't want to speak it into existence, but it seems like they gave out a lot for him, and it's not working out too well. Not great, but fun. Grizz and the Pelicans. These teams are not like great, like world beaters, but like you want to watch Ja Morant and Zion every time they play. Ja is going to do something where he jumping through layers, spin bolt, through legs, through the ring, whatever. He can do something. Zion is always Zion, and I like Brandon Ingram. CJ has stepped up his playmaking, so they're a fun team. This is a fun team. Herbert Jones, Trey Murphy, they just have fun players. And the last tier, the Los Angeles Pelicans, because that's what they really are. The Lakers are in this tier. They are the Los Angeles Pelicans, because at this rate, they will give the Pelicans Victor Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson. I don't know what the Lakers are. I don't know if they realize that they don't have their pick. I guess they saw it like, now we have to get no. You do not have your pick, Lakers. You are playing terribly. And at this rate, you're going to give the Pelicans a once in a generational prospect and probably really lose that trade in the long run the time he did it. You got to tighten a little bit, but not looking too good. And that is my tier list for the West.
Yeah, I think the West is looking quite interesting. I would not have thought that Pittsburgh Bills would be leading for sure.
Nope.
Definitely not.
But I don't know
Not
if
at
they
any
can
point in
sustain
time.
it though.
I don't know either, but still early.
Yeah, it's still early. It's only 14 games, 15 games, right?
Yeah, a lot of wild cards so far.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the East and the West. But of course, we can't go anywhere without having our fantasy picks. So we'll go now to our Bajan Scout, Alan Pinder, for his picks on fantasy.
Well, late fantasy session this time. In case you missed it, Jaren Jackson's back from injury. So if anyone forgot, I'd re-add him to their rosters. If he played one game, I think last night, make sure that you pick him up in case he's on any waiver wires. There's a couple picks. With Drew Holiday being out, Javon Carter's been playing extremely well for the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think he's someone you probably should pick up in the short term, at least until, well, it seems like he's going to be a rotational player going forward. I mean, he had a great game the other day. He almost had 4 against OKC. So he might be worth roster long, at least in the medium term, but he's definitely worth a pickup right now. And I'm not quite sure where this came from, but Aletsky, I'm going to butcher this last name, Pokusevski.
Yeah.
From he had a pretty good week as well. Had some pretty good games against the Bucks and against the Boston Celtics. I mean, 2 of the better teams in the league at power forward. He probably will be also a good pickup. He's getting points and rebounds for the Thunder. But I mean, you never know with the Thunder. But these are probably 2 outside picks. They should be available in most leagues. They don't seem to be heavily rostered right now, but they seem to be very popular players on the right. So those are 2 outside picks for you.
Okay, well, I am now moved up to 5th in my fantasy league, and I don't know if those picks will help me, but I'll take a look and see what happens.
Yeah, you're a bit of a surge recently, so
we did, but you'll see what happens. It's still early days. It's not many games in, so we'll see what. It got a long season to go.
Like, for the time Jaren Jackson, I saw that Jaren Jackson upgraded to probable. On one of my fantasies, I immediately picked him up. I just dropped whatever, gone, and there's no time. And then in one of my other fantasies where it's we have a lot of people in it, so like any those bench guys are really needed. I pick up Javon Carter. And as you said, Alan, he looked like he is going to be a rotation piece going forward. So even if he drops off and will come back, he can stand on my roster probably to the end. Boy.
Yep.
Right, so that's the fantasy picks, and hopefully it'll work out for Kelan, it will work out for me. We'll see what happens going forward. Now, pick 5. Last week on pick 5, we had some, some people picked. Of course, pick 5, this was my week. Well, it seems to be Alan's week too. So it was my week. I could say that was my week because I'm there, but Alan also was there. Kelan, sorry, you struggled this week. But of course, you can right the ship by making the right picks now. So we look at pick 5 on Thursday. The Spurs at Sacramento, those Kings.
Oh my God damn it.
The kinds.
This is a tough one. I want the Kings win, but you know what? I want it with the Kings. Let's go Kings. First time that I'm not picking the Spurs. Let's go Kings. Let's go Kings.
What about you there, Alan Pinder?
The Kings for sure.
Yeah, I really go with the Kings too, because somehow I am not a Kinger. Now, on Friday, OKC is at Memphis. Now, this should be really interesting.
I think about John Jackson. Shea is a killer. I don't know. I can't with Grizzlies, but I feel like that might be a close game. I don't know why. I just feel like.
What about you, Alan?
Yeah, in Javi trust. So yeah, Grizzlies.
Okay. I like Shea.
I went with Memphis as well. So we're all 3 there again. On Saturday, Toronto is at Atlanta.
Ooh.
Toronto is at Atlanta. 2 really decent teams in the East.
I feel like I can go Hawks because I feel like Siakam. If Siakam was healthy, I feel like that would be. I feel more the Raptors, but I feel like
he's still out, right?
Yeah, he's still out. So I feel by
yeah.
then I don't think he can come back. So I feel like maybe the Hawks.
Yeah, they're going to be Hawks as well too. Yeah.
All right, so Alan is going with the Hawks, and Kelan is going with the Hawks. And if I go with the Hawks, it means 3 times that we all went the same place. So I go with Toronto.
Of course.
There's no method to the madness, it's just madness. Right, so on Sunday, we have Miami at Cleveland. Another good game. Miami at Cleveland. Victor is still out. Who else is still?
Tyler out too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be back, but then he may be. I know Bam is out this evening, but I think that might just be a 1 game. I feel like he got too much on shores right now. So fully healthy, I may pay the Heat, but I feel like going with the Cavs.
So you're going with the Cavs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to the home team here again. They've actually only lost 1 game at home, and Heat haven't been very good on the road so far. So
yeah, that plus the fact that
I'm going with Cleveland too. I'm going with Cleveland too because I think Cleveland is a fairly decent team. I think
although they've had some bad losses recently though. So.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. But I still
and they are on a 4-game losing streak, but
yeah. But we'll see what happens. I think they'll snap out of it. The final game for the pick 5 this week is GSW Golden State Warriors at Houston.
Warriors.
What about you, Alan?
A good job of getting Embiid. I think they will continue.
Go Rockets with the also pick with this one.
You going to Rockets? Yo, I almost had you penciling.
Well, the weird thing I only just realized, but the Rockets have played 10 games on the road, only 4 home games.
Oh.
So they've had a very road heavy schedule so far.
That's a weird scheduling.
Yeah, so they've lost a lot of games, but you know, they might be able to put together something potentially. I mean, the Warriors haven't been distinguishing themselves, so I think this might be one that the young fellas might pull out.
Okay, that is
We'll
pick
see.
5, and we'll see what happens next week with all these predictions. Right now, we want to say that coming up next week, we will add a segment, the Bear Corner, and we will be having bringing in guests, we having stats from the BABA, anything from local basketball will be adding there. So in the BABA corner, we have something from the BABA. And that would be it for us now. The court in session is adjourned.